Hey everyone, welcome to Micro Adventures. Ellie and Josiah here. We are going to be using our cables today. So if you have the Lagree cables, I would suggest attaching the cuffs at the back edge of your carriage to start. If you're using yoga straps or something, I'd wrap them at the back edge of your carriage now. We're not going to use the cables for the first 3 moves, so you can kind of just set them off to the side of the machine. And I recommend using the longest setting on the cables, and then if you need more resistance, you can always choke up on the cable. And then when we're done with the cables, we'll go ahead and detach them. You won't have to take the cuffs off, but you can just detach them and set them off to the side. Let's get it going. 1 black spring to start, and we're going to begin in a giant reverse. Did I say giant reverse? No, giant. A giant wheelbarrow. That means knees on the back platform. You're facing the front of the machine, hands to your carriage, and let's just find a kneeling plank position to start. So no movement here. I want you to set your shoulders down away from your ears, lengthen out your neck, loosen up any tension here in the traps, and your gaze is nice and neutral so your neck stays long. Now we're slowly gonna send the carriage out away from us, feeling a little bit of a catch in your abs, and then squeezing your abs and your lats, sliding the hands back beneath the shoulders. Nice and slow, we're sending the carriage out, and start to connect your breath with the movement a little bit. So I like to inhale on the way out, and it's a big full exhale on the way in, squeezing a little bit deeper into your core. Good, nice control here, Josiah. Now keep in mind if these first 3 moves feel a little too aggressive on your neck and your traps on the back of the machine, you can do them on the front, or you can try taking off the black spring. Just know that without the black spring, you won't have kind of that safety net or the stability that the spring provides for you. We're going 10 seconds here. Hands stay, we're gonna come up to the toes. We're going giant bear in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So hands are gonna stay. We're gonna tuck our toes on our back platform. We're gonna find a nice strong plank position. From here, hips are level with your shoulders. We're gonna bend through the knees, draw it in slow. Once the knees are about under the hips, lengthen back out. Now try to keep your neck nice and neutral so you're not looking back towards your knees, but you're looking down at the rail of your machine. Good, nice control here, Josiah. Listen, you've got 25 seconds. I know giant bear's intense. Hands at the very back edge of your carriage will make it a little less intense. You've got just 15 to go. Hands are gonna stay. Knees come onto your back platform. We're gonna get into a giant cobra, and then we're moving into our work with the cables. Let's go 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your knees down on the back platform. Hands are gonna stay on your carriage, and walk your hands to the very inside edge of the carriage. For me, side, thank you. From here, we're going giant cobra, so we're gonna bend through the elbows, and then push through the heels of the hands, rise back up. Good, and you can bring your hands to the sides of the carriage if that's more uncomfortable. More comfortable, not uncomfortable.
Thanks, babe.
Keep going, giant cobra here. So we're bending through the elbows, finding your triceps and your abs. And this is kind of just like a little teaser of where we're going, because we're getting into some upper body work with our cables. So firing up the triceps, and yes, you should feel this in your abs. Good. Now keep your neck nice and long. Right? We don't want any tension creeping up into the traps. You can always do tricep push-ups here if you prefer. You can always do this in tabletop with the hips level with the shoulders, and it's a little mini cobra. Good job. We're gonna go just 10 more seconds here, and then we're gonna hook up our cables. So you can stay on 1 black spring. If you know you like a little more tension with double arm work, go 2 black springs. I personally would probably go 2 black, okay? Hook up your cables in 3, 2, and 1. So we're gonna attach our cables to the back edge of the carriage, and we're gonna load up 2 black springs for heavier setting, 1 black, a little lighter. We're gonna get into a tailbone bicep curl. So grab your hand straps, have a seat on the floor behind your machine. Heels are gonna be setting on top of your back platform. You're gonna go ahead and hinge back away from the machine, and then we're going bicep curls. Perfect. So the further you scoot away from the machine, the more resistance you will get, but at some point you're gonna run out. So Josiah's got the maximum resistance he can get in this move. You'll notice that his carriage on full range is coming all the way into the back platform. So if you need even more resistance than that, you can go one arm at a time, but let's talk about what the rest of the body is doing. So I want your collarbones lifted, right? You've got a little bit of a tip back so that your core is engaged, your shoulders are away from your ears, and your elbows, you want to imagine that they're resting on a shelf. So the elbows do not move. Now, the higher you lift your elbows, the more sensation you're gonna feel in your shoulders. Good, in 4, hold the curl. In 3, 2, curl it in, hold. See if you can lift your elbows just a tiny bit more for me, Sai. Perfect. From here, we're gonna go into a little chin up. So you're gonna keep the arms, but you're just gonna go ahead and round back through the spine. So the elbows stay, but the arms are gonna lengthen as you round back. And it's a bicep curl as you curl forward. Now, as you do this, the carriage should stay pretty steady. So think about this like a little crunch. You're lengthening the arms to be able to round back, awesome, and then crunch lift. And you'll notice Josiah is keeping his chest really open and lifted the whole time. That's perfect. Beautiful. In 4, take it back halfway, hold. In 3, 2, take it back halfway, hold. Give me a tiny little crunch, tiny little crunch. Focus on your core. You're closing the space between your hip bones and your bottom ribs. Here's 4, here's 3, here's 2, 1. Lift it all the way back up to your tailbone bicep curl. Now just pulse the arms. Little pulse of the arms, little pulse of the arms. You got 10, 9, 8. Full range in 4, 3, 2, 1. Go back to the bicep curl. If you want to add in the crunch, add in the crunch. You've got 15 seconds to go here. Great job. We are going to get into newspaper next. So we'll kneel either on top of your back platform or on the floor behind the platform. We'll cross the cables, uncross the hands. We're going newspaper in 4, in 3, 2, and 1. So come to kneeling for me. We'll cross the cables, uncross the hands, and you can be upright on the knees or you can be seated hips to heels. I personally like to sit my hips back to my heels because it takes the tension out of my trap and shoulders. Palms facing in or palms facing up. I want you to take your thumbs and hook them over the top of your hand strap so that the wrists are staying nice and neutral. And by that, I mean we're not bending at our wrist. Good. If the tension feels too heavy, scoot forward. So knees all the way up against your back platform will lighten up the tension. You can also loosen up the resistance you're going to get in these next several moves by scooting forward. So even knees on top of the back platform, little less resistance. You can drop it down to 1 block. For more resistance in this move, as well as the next few, scooting back is going to get you more. In 4, little hold. In 3, 2, we're going to fan the forearms out wide and just hold. Soften shoulders away from the ears. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. We're going chest opener. Uncross your cables in 3, 2, and 1. So uncross those cables. Hands right beside your hips. Roll your shoulders up, down, and back. Puff out your chest. Now you're just going to press your palms behind the hips a few inches. And then resist in. Hands stop at your hips. So as you do this, what sometimes tends to happen is we want to kind of push our upper body forward. This one is all about posture, right? So imagine a string attached to the crown of your head, lengthening through the spine. Your collarbones stay nice and broad. Your core is tight. Squeeze and flex your triceps. Push your palms straight back. Resist. The only thing moving are your arms just a few inches, and you don't want to push so far back that your shoulders start to round forward. Okay, if your shoulders are starting to tip forward, we've gone too far. Think squeezing your shoulder blades in towards one another. It's almost like you're folding your shoulder blades together. In 4, little hold. In 3, 2, 1, little hold. Hug your thumbs in towards your body. Little squeeze in, in, in. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, sexy back. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Tip it forward from your hips so your glutes are hovering over your heels. Row your elbows up beside you to start, and then slide your shoulder blades down and back so your collarbones are nice and broad. Again, core is tight. We'll start to extend the knuckles back behind you, strong straight arms, and then bending at the elbows. Good. Elbows are going to stay the same height. So kind of the same idea is in those tailbone bicep curls. The elbows aren't moving at all. We're just extending and bending at the elbow joint. Target here muscles of the back as well as our triceps. So remember, less resistance on the cables, we're scooting forward. You can even come on top of the back platform. More resistance, we're scooting back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and slide your shoulder blades towards your back pockets. Try to keep your neck nice and neutral. So maybe turn your head side to side a couple times, just loosen up the neck. Very dramatic, Josiah. In 4, we're gonna take it back, little hold. In 3, 2, 1, take it back, strong, straight arms, 10 seconds. We're gonna stand up. We're going sumo squats with a bicep curl. Last thing we do with the cables. In 3, 2, 1, come all the way up to standing behind your back platform. Step your feet out wider than your hips and just allow your knees and toes to fall wide, natural turnout. We'll go ahead and start to sink the hips back as we curl the arms in towards us. Now I want you to keep your elbows pretty low because I don't want to stress out your traps and shoulders. So we're taking it down as we curl the palms towards our face, nice and slow. Every time you come to the bottom, pause. Dig down through your heels, squeeze your glutes, flex the biceps, resist the whole way up. So again, if you need more resistance, back it up. Less resistance, scoot forward. Okay, I'm always gonna remind you how to get more or less in every move because I want you to know how to fine tune every exercise so that you really feel it in your body. And if at any point you're ever taking class with us and it doesn't feel intense enough, I want you to go slower. I want you to focus on flexing the muscles that should be working. And I want you to stop where the move is most intense and pause there for a few breaths. We'll bring it down and hold in 3, 2, 1, sink it down, hold. From here, pulse your glutes down and back an inch, up an inch. Down and back an inch, up an inch. Keep flexing your biceps. Try to keep your carriage pretty steady. Hips down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch, up an inch. Hold the hips down and back an inch. Now curl the cables in an inch, release out an inch. Curl in, release out. Just 1 inch in range, maybe even smaller. Perfect. Chest is open, shoulders back, core is tight. Think about reaching your glutes down and back behind you. Now let's put them together. Hold the curl of the biceps. So hips go down and back an inch, lift up an inch, curl in an inch, release out an inch. Down, up, curl in, out. Down, up, curl in, out. Keep it going. So layering these two things together. Let's go one more here. Squeeze everything in, hold, sink your glutes down to your lowest point. Now slowly lift it up, 2. Slowly lift it up, 3. You still have a bend in your knees on 4. Take it right back down. Knees are staying behind your toes. Check in your knees and your middle toes should be kind of in the same turnout. So if your toes are turned out further than your knees, just go ahead and allow your toes to come in so that we're not rotating our feet further than our knees. That's important. In 4, we'll bring it down. We're gonna find one more hold in 3, 2, 1. Take it down, hold, shoulders back, flex your biceps from here. We're gonna curl and sink our hips back, down, hold. Curl, sink the hips back, down, hold. Curl, sink, back, hold. Everything, curl, squeeze, hold. Good, keep going. So we're pulsing down and we're flexing those biceps. This little curl, drop the hips back, hold. Curl, drop the hips back, hold. You're trying to build a little bit more tension in the muscles. You're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Find your lowest point first. Now drive through the heels, squeeze the glutes, lift it up, 2. Lift it up, 3, and 4. Still a little bend in your knees. 15 seconds to go. So listen up. If you are on 1 black spring, you are good. If you are on 2, we need to drop it down to 1 black spring for the next move. And we're just gonna unclip our cables because we don't need them anymore. Our next exercise will be a reverse floor lunge. We're gonna start with the left leg today. So facing the back, left foot beside your back platform. In 3, it is 1 black spring, take off your cables. In 2, 1, let's go 1 black spring. We'll take off those cables. We're going reverse floor lunge left. So just you're gonna come onto this side of the machine for me. Perfect. Left foot on the floor next to the back platform. Right toes will tuck onto the carriage wherever they're comfortable. And it might take you just a second to transition, that's okay. So make sure you're facing the back of the machine. Your left foot's beside your back platform. Your right toes are tucked onto your carriage. It is a reverse floor lunge. We're lowering down nice and slow. Pause at the bottom. Left knee over left heel. Drive through left heel. Lift it up slow. 2. Lift it up slow. 3. Lift it up slow. 4. Still have a bend in your knees. Take it down. So when I do this one, I really like to find a good hinge forward from the hips so that I'm tipping forward from the hips. Josiah has his foot tucked on the carriage. That's where it's comfortable for him. I like to actually just let my toes gently rest behind the bar at the back edge of that carriage. So wherever it's comfortable with the foot, just check in. Feet are hip width apart. Both hip points are pointed straight forward. Both shoulders straight forward. In 4, take it down, little hold. In 3, 2, find your best lunge right here, right now. Good. We're gonna take it down an inch, up an inch. Think left glute reaching down and back an inch. Drive through left heel, lift up an inch. Down an inch, up an inch for 10, 9. Build the pressure and intensity. Here's 4, 3. Sink it to your lowest point first. Now drive through left heel, lift it up slow. 2. Slow. 3. Don't beat my count. Slow. 4. There's still a bend in your knee. Take it right back down. 2. Yes, you can. Here's 3. Pause at the bottom on 4. Drive through the heel. Slowly lift it up. Nice tempo and control. You've got 30 seconds left in this lunge. Reverse. Kneeling inner thighs up next. So just take the left knee onto the back platform, the right knee onto the carriage. In 4, bottom of your lunge, last hold. In 3, 2, take it down, hold, squeeze the shoulder blades together, strong straight arms, pump them back, little long jump, hold, 10 seconds, reverse, kneeling inner thighs, left knee on the back platform, right knee on the carriage. In 3, 2, and 1. So left knee on your back platform, right knee is on your carriage. Make sure your body weight is even in both legs. Now slowly send the carriage out, finding your furthest point. So your furthest point almost feels a little stretchy in the inner thighs. And then use your inner thighs, the inner lining of your legs, squeeze the legs together, drawing the carriage towards the back platform. Really important on this one, you're not gonna do this move again. You're working through both legs evenly. This is a double leg exercise. If you wanna add some arms, as you lengthen out, maybe the arms are reaching above the head. Right, as you squeeze through the inner thighs and bring it in, arms coming back in. Strong through the core, tall through your spine, shoulders relaxed. See if you can kind of not try to use your glutes so much in this one. Okay, so this is about the inner thighs. I want you to focus. When you take it out, pause, actively activate the inner thighs. Squeeze your inner thighs and use the inner thighs only to pull the carriage towards the back platform. So try not to let the glutes take over this exercise, and also try not to let the hip flexors take over this exercise. Right? Abs are on, your core can help. Right? Our inner thighs do connect to our core muscles. In 4, we'll take it out halfway and hold. In 3, 2, take it out halfway and hold. Maybe extend those arms out to a T or reach the arms up overhead. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Turn on your arms. Hold. Your weight is even in both legs. There's no movement. Just let the tension begin to build in your inner thighs. For 5, stay here. 4, you're good. Keep breathing. 3, in and out through the nose. 2, send the carriage out to your furthest point and then start to squeeze in. We're gonna go 10 seconds. It is reverse floor lunge on the right leg. So right foot is gonna plant on the floor next to your back platform. Left toes tucked to the carriage. You'll step your right foot forward to the floor, quarter turn to the left. Reverse floor lunge in 3, 2, and 1. So go ahead and step your right foot forward to the floor. Left toes will tuck onto your carriage. Once you've got yourself set up, start to slowly lower it down. Pause at the bottom, drive through right heel, slowly lift up. Now, both of our hip points are pointed straight in front of us. Shoulders are squared forward. And as you come down, you're hinging forward from the hips, right? So we're leaning our chest forward over our right thigh. Look down at your right knee at the bottom of this lunge and make sure the right knee doesn't drift towards your toes as you lift up. It stays right over the heel. Okay, that's something to keep checking in on, because as our muscles get tired, the knee likes to shift forward to the towards the toes as we lift up. Now, why that's problematic is because it puts a lot of pressure into the joint of your knee, and it takes the work out of the muscles, your glute and your hamstring. So pause at the bottom of the lunge, check in with the knee. It stays right over the heel as you drive through your heels, squeeze glutes, slowly lift it up. In 4, we're gonna meet at the bottom and hold your best lunge in 3, 2, bring it down, hold. Take your right glute, reach it down and back an inch, drive through right heel, lift up an inch. Down and back an inch, lift up an inch. Move from the muscle of your glute, your knee stays over the heel. You're here for 4, 3, 2, sink to your lowest point first, drive through heel, slowly lift it up. 2, don't beat me. Slowly up. 3, you got this. On 4, there's still a little bend in your knee, take it right back down. Yes, you can. Stay focused, right? After those holds, that is where the biggest temptation is gonna come in to shake it out and take a break, right? I know you're stronger than that. You're not resetting your muscles. Don't do it. You've already worked too hard and come too far. Great job here, team. All right, here's the deal. We are going to get into some hamstring curls next, okay? We are going to place our feet on top of our front platform today, and we'll be lying down, head, neck, and shoulders on the carriage. In 4, let's hold this lunge one more time. In 3, 2, take it down, hold, fly the arms back, pump them back, long jump. 10 seconds. We're headed into some hamstring curls on the front of the machine. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So to get into this one, I like to start with my feet on the floor, and then I scooch the carriage out away from me just a touch so head, neck, and shoulders can rest comfortably on the carriage. And then I'll step my feet on top of the front platform. Hips are gonna lift, hands can reach up above the heart space here. Squeeze your glutes, light hug of the inner thighs together, and then we'll just slowly extend out through the legs, coming away from our front platform, and then squeezing the hamstrings, coming right back in. So abs are nice and tight. If you need a little bit more support for the legs, hands can come to your hips, and you can kind of roll your elbows underneath you to help keep the hips lifted. Now, really important as we do this one, you are lightly squeezing your inner thighs towards one another. So they don't actually move, but energetically, you're hugging them towards one another so the knees aren't flaring out wide. And we've got that engagement through our inner thighs here. So we're just doing some hamstring curls. Let's go just 10 more seconds like this, really getting into the hamstring muscle. In 4, we're gonna find our bridge and we're gonna hold. In 3, 2, find your bridge, knees are bent, hold. Find that light squeeze of the inner thighs, strong core. We're gonna lower our hips down, drive through heels, squeeze glutes, lift up. It's our second to last leg exercise. So we've really focused today on getting glutes, hamstrings, and inner thighs, right? And our hamstrings and inner thighs, smaller muscles than our glutes. So you might be really feeling the burn by now. That's awesome. In 4, hold the bridge. In 3, 2, lift it up, hold. Good. Little squeeze of the glutes, drive the hips up. Little pulse up, little pulse up. You can also think about tucking your hips slightly under. So really squeeze the glutes, slightly tuck the hips, sink navel to the spine. You're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Hold at the top. Go back to your hamstring curl. You have 15 seconds. So here's where we're headed next. We are going to stand up. You'll place one foot on your front platform, one foot on the carriage. We're going inner thigh squats. You've got 8, 7. Quickly and safely as you can, stand it up in 4, 3, 2, 1. Quickly, safely standing up. Face whatever direction you want. One foot is on your front platform, one foot is on your carriage. From here, a little space between the carriage and the platform. Weight is even in both legs. Sink your hips down and back. 2. Down and back. 3. Down and back. 4. Pause here. Roll your shoulders back. Wrap your abs in and around you. We're going to pulse it down 4 times. So sink your hips down and back. 1. Pulse down. 2. Pulse down. 3. Pulse down. 4. Squeeze your glutes. Lift all the way up. Nice and slow. You still have a micro bend in your knees at the top. Take it down. Each time we reach the bottom of our squat, you've got 4 pulses down. Now I want you to check in with how much more intensity you can handle right now. If you're already good where you're at, your muscles are trembling, shaking, keep doing exactly what you're doing. If you can take a little bit more, This next time you come down to the squat, I want you to send the carriage out an inch further. Keep the body weight even in both legs and keep going. The other option to add just a touch more intensity is to take the foot that's on the carriage and step it towards the back edge of the carriage a little more. That's going to give you a little less help from the springs. Good. Finisher for our legs here. We got just a couple quick core moves and we are done. In 4, down, hold. In 3, 2, take it down, hold. Can you send the carriage out 1 inch further? Keep the weight even in both legs. Good. Sink your hips down and back an inch. Drive through the heels, lift up an inch. Down and back an inch, lift up an inch. Little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring it down, hold, no movement. If you've got it, send the carriage out half an inch further. Feel the inner thighs really start to quiver and shake and tremor to hold everything steady. Sink your hips down and back. Wrap your abs in and around you. Final 10 seconds. We are going reverse plank to pike. Both feet on the front platform, both hands to the carriage. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go reverse plank to pike. So hands to your carriage, toes on your front platform. If you're looking for more intensity on this plank to pike, hands can be at the very back edge of your carriage. Little bit more intensity, both feet can be on the floor behind your front platform. Awesome job, Josiah. You'll notice he's keeping his neck nice and long. So when he pikes, his chin just kind of gently comes towards his chest. And as he lengthens back out, his neck stays in alignment with his spine, right? He takes his eye gaze towards the center rail or towards the back platform just a tiny bit, right? And you're moving from your core. So every time you come into that plank, really strong, exhale, squeeze navel towards your spine, and that is what starts to pike your hips up towards the sky. Great job here, Josiah. Now, you can stay on this one black spring for more intensity for these next couple of moves to finish things out, or you can drop it down to no springs, and that will give you a little less intensity. You've got 10 seconds to go here. We're gonna get into a walking wheelbarrow in 5, in 4, knees onto the carriage, hands straddle the monorail in 3, 2, and 1. So we're gonna bring our knees on top of the carriage, hands to the monorail. You're in a wheelbarrow position, and then we're just gonna start to walk it down towards our back platform. A little bit more, you can walk it over the back platform, and then we're gonna walk it back in. So knees may be a little bit wider. We're gonna try to keep the hips pretty level, the core super strong. You can take nice little baby steps. In about 5 seconds, we're gonna meet in a giant reverse around the world bear, hands to your back platform, toes to the carriage in 3, 2, and 1. From here, hands to the back platform, toes to the carriage. From here, both knees are gonna come towards your right shoulder. Inhale as you lengthen out center plank. Both knees over to the left shoulder. Inhale as you lengthen out center plank. Exhale, knees come in towards your chest. Scoop through the low belly. Keep going here. You've got 25 seconds in this move. Your finisher's up next. We're gonna go back to that walking wheelbarrow. That's gonna finish things out. You've got 30 seconds in your walking wheelbarrow and you'll be done with class. 10 seconds here in this around the world bear. Knees on top of the carriage. We'll just start to walk in 3, 2, and 1. So knees on top of the carriage. We'll find that wheelbarrow position. Knees hip distance apart will help you be a little bit more stable. Good, small little steps with the hands. Try to keep the hips stable. For more intensity, we're walking all the way to the floor, over the back platform. Good, way to keep the length in the spine. This is it, your final 15 seconds of class. Shoulders away from the ears, strong core. Let's go, finish it out strong, team. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose. Just sink your hips back, stretch your arms forward. Hands can be on the floor, straddling that monorail. Take a couple deep breaths. So proud of you. As you're ready, we'll just gently roll ourselves up to seated or standing, your call. So if you're coming up to standing, we're just gonna take a little forward fold. right? And if you're seated, same thing, forward fold. So go ahead and just stretch it down. We're just gonna get a little bit of love for those hamstrings. There's a lot of work today. Couple deep breaths, rounding through the spine, release the weight of your head. You can bend the knees as much as you need here. Let's take one more big breath in. One more full breath out. Inhale again here. Exhale, we'll just gently roll yourself up to standing or up to seated, and we'll take 2 deep breaths together to seal in all that hard work. So inhale, circle sweep, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time, deep breath in, circle sweep, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good job. Great job at home, you guys. Thanks for being here. As always, questions, comments, concerns, let us know.